Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and for today I'll be reviewing this movie titled What's on the Street. I told you that we will not just be doing Yoruba movies here but also reviewing and critiquing any Hollywood movies, be it English movie or probably the cinema or the one on Netflix or anything. So for today, the one I'll be reviewing, like I said, is Word on the Streets, executively produced by Ruth KADIRI. You see, sometimes I think the problem of these people, YouTube movie makers especially, is that they just sit down, they just come up with one crazy imagination in their head, very trashy idea, they just put it into paper and they just feel, we can turn this thing into movie. And then they just look for two people, three people that are, a popular actor or popular actresses out there, and they just be like, you know what, guy, I'm going to pay you this amount of money. Just all you have to do is feature in this movie. And those ones, they'll do it for money and for the likes and all. And then they just be like, let me use this guy, let me use this guy, let me use this guy, for the other parts in this movie, making it a very low budget movie. They just pay three, four people handsomely and very well, and then pay the others not peanuts, but something similar to peanuts. Honestly, that's how I view these people. So in this movie, we have Becky, we have Sandra, we have Jay, we also have Clinton. I mean, those are the main characters of this movie, while others are the Ayabas, the please quick come and do sorry wagba and stuff like that. Okay, before I actually continue, if you're new to this YouTube channel, kindly hit on the subscribe button, be a part of this wonderful channel, and also hit the bell button so that whenever I drop any movie review, you'll be the first to get it. Yeah, so that's just it. So now I'll be talking about the story. Now, the storyline is about two siblings who have always been at loggerheads with each other, according to them. Sandra, anytime she has a boyfriend, Auntie Becky and Agbaya here, we always have one way or the other to snatch or to sleep with the so-called boyfriend. And then Jay was in the picture. Auntie Becky was a runs girl and she needed money for their mother's surgery. So she went to do runs girl, and then she met with Jay. Jay slept with her and then gave her some money. Sandra broke up with Jay. Sandra made Becky's boyfriend to break up with Becky because she went there to confront Becky and told Becky's boyfriend, stuff like that, my sister, your girlfriend, slept with my boyfriend. And I was like, oh, I'm dating a Ross girl. Babe, pack your shit and get out of our house. Yeah. So then, thereafter, both of them, Clinton came into the picture. Clinton has always liked Sandra while they were in school, but then the likeness changed, and then he liked Becky, and then Becky was like, Clinton, I can't date you, I can't be with you, I'm trying to settle things with my sister, so no, I'm not gonna date you. And then Sandra was like, don't worry sis, you can date him and leave him to you. And then they started dating and everybody leaves. Oh, and then Jay came back into the picture. Sandra forgave Jay and everybody leaves after happy ever after, right? Can you see it's actually a very trashy movie idea? A trashy storyline, doesn't make any single sense. Now, let's talk about the good parts of this movie. The first good thing I like about this movie, or should we say the only good thing I like about this movie, is Sandra's acting. Is the only thing that looks so real in this movie. Others were looking fake, acting, scripted, and all. I love Sandra's acting in this movie. Yeah, like I said, it looks so real. Um, any other thing that I like in this movie? Well, I can only say that at least they came together to do something compared to some of us that we cannot even write anything. Okay, so maybe that. Okay, so those are like the two good things I can say about the movie. I like the fact that Sandra is sassy, and then she brought in a sassiness. She reminded me of somebody that I can still not remember the name, like the way she talks, the way she do. I'll tell you, it's my fault. I like that and Nick. Yeah, she reminded me of somebody, but I really can't place my mind on that person presently, like right now. So I like that about her. Now, what are the bad things about this movie? Number one is the fact that the movie doesn't look real in any ways. The storyline looks so fake. Like, I don't want to call this the trashiest movie ever. It's one of the trashiest movie I've ever watched in my life. I thought it's only Yoruba people that are capable of making movies that will make you be like, what am I watching? I never knew these people are capable of making you watch movies like this. It is boring, and I had to like keep skipping the movie at a point in time, forwarding it. Now, the first thing is, okay, these guys went to a bar with Jay, the friend, and then they called on Ron's girl to service them. So, the friend convinced Jay to take one home with Becky, to take Becky home. They got home after the whole stuff. He gave Becky 15K. And I was like, how can you give me 15K? My bill is 1.2, but I can take 1M from you. And I was like, my salary is 350,000 naira. That's the salary he collects every month. And you want me to give you 1 million naira? Like, are you joking? And then he called his friend that, okay, guy, how much do you give these people on a normal? That was like $2,500 or 1 million naira. Even though they were just calling money this movie as if money is paper. They are mad for that. They are very, very mad for that. Abnormal. Okay. My brother was like, so Loshon by Yesha. It doesn't look real. Like, your friend doesn't earn more than 350K in a month, and yet you call Ron's girl of 1 million, 1.2 to go and service him. How does it make any sense? Like, make it make sense. Come off it now. So that's the first thing that doesn't look real. It's a very huge mistake on their part that they could have avoided, honestly. Then another mistake is, look at this particular scene. This guy, Clinton, I don't understand what Clinton was doing. Maybe Clinton was trying to test these siblings that, okay, who should I go for? He said, I've been sleeping with your sister. We've gotten intimate. And Sandra was like, I'm ready to look past it. But it was not like, well, you were not ready to look past it with Jay. And then he went to meet with Becky and said, I've been intimate with your sister, but you and I can still be together. And I was like, no, you were my sister. I don't want to hurt my sister anymore. Like, are you all mad? Dude. So you're telling me you're in love with both of them equally, and then you're trying to find the one you should date? Are they all mad? Like, this is, like I said, this is one of the trashiest movie I've ever watched in my life. If you've not seen this movie, please don't bother yourself to see, because aside from the fact that it's boring, whatever scenes are there are not relatable and they are not real. So another ugly part for me was the ending of the movie. Like, I was not so comfortable with the ending. If I Jay cheated, like, okay, with a prostitute, not just any other prostitute, but your sister who is a prostitute, and then at the end of the day, you finally forgive him, because he has learned his lesson in a hard way. Uh, I don't know how comfortable she's going to feel, the fact that you're trying to get back together with somebody that already knocked your sister. It doesn't make a single sense to me. So I do not understand how this made any sense to them. Now, at the end of the day, what lesson is there to be learned in this movie? Honestly, personally, nothing, because I don't get it. Forgive your boyfriend that cheats on you, or you test the loyalty of two sisters to see which one to go for. That means as a man, you can actually be in love with, or play with different people's emotions just to see the one that loves you the most. Like, excuse me. Or maybe sisters should be close to one another so they can tell each other their boyfriends, and then they will not be able to frolic with each other's boyfriend. It doesn't make any sense. I don't know what this movie is. I do not understand the lesson they want us to learn from this movie. So that's just it about words on the street. To you personally, if I'm going to be rating this movie, I'll be rating this movie 3/10. The 3 is for the efforts, the money and all that they put in this movie. Anyways, we've come to the end of movie review with Alice TV. So, am I going to be recommending words on street for you, my viewers? The answer is no. And if you've seen it before, what do you think of the ending of the movie? Do you think you can actually go ahead to be with a man that while you guys were dating, picked up your own elder sister as a prostitute, as a runs girl, and paid her, whereas you were so money stranded and you needed that money, but then he didn't give you? So do you think you can actually go back to that kind of a man? Well, that's just it for today. Until I see you some other time, guys. I love you. Bye.